Hey everyone, I'm in FIFA 22 again, and here I'm going to talk about chemistry styles that you can apply to players in FIFA Ultimate Team. So chemistry styles, you can tell whether any have been applied by the little tiny icon just above the player position at the bottom of the badge. So you can see Firmino here has something added to him, whereas this player here, Oxlade-Chamberlain, just has a boot underneath, and that means currently he has no chemistry style applied. So let's have a little think about this. Let's have a little look at what this does. What you basically get is some boosts for applying a certain style to a player. So can you see on the right hand side of Firmino, we've got some boosts going on to shooting and defense. So let's have a little look what we've got going on here. If we have a little look at the player details, we can see we've got chemistry style of Gladiator added to him. And that's adding various boosts here. So we're getting some chemistry boosts, but some from the chemistry style as well. So this shows here with the different boosts that you're getting, so the plus 15 on finishing and the plus 10 on shot power. So they're a way of kind of tweaking some of the attribute details of the player. And we can see some other details here on Firmino. So if we look at someone who is just playing chemistry, like currently we have Vardy here. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. We can see he's getting some benefits from his chemistry boost, but no huge benefits from anything from a chemistry style, because this chemistry style, if you see it on the top right, is shown as basic. So how do we kind of add something to him? What do we need for that? Well, if you go back out, you want actions when you're highlighted over the player, which is X on the Xbox. If it's a different one, it'll show down the bottom left of your screen. So if I go back, you see there actions down the bottom left. But yeah, whoop, I'm going mad now. Right, so we come into here, and what it'll say is apply recommended consumable player chemistry style, and it says shadow. Now before you apply that, you might want to think about what you may want to add for Jamie Vardy. So let's have a little look in apply consumable first, because that will show all my consumables that I've got available to affect this player. And I do have some chemistry styles already. So if I right button over, here we go. So I've got Shadow, which would affect pace and defense. I've got Sniper, which would give a perk to shooting and physicality. Finisher, shooting and dribbling. Hawk, pace, shooting and physical. Artist, Architect, Powerhouse and Sentinel. Now it's up to you which one of these you apply to the player. So I'm going to apply one to them. So let's think about what I want to do here. So do I really want to whoop up his shooting? Was his shooting 84, or should we make him even faster? I'm going to go with Hawk. And just apply that. So just to show you how we apply it, we press A to apply, and then that is done. Now if you ever want to change that, you can override it by applying a new style and say, actually I'd prefer him to be a finisher, but then obviously I've just used up one card, then I'm using another card. So ideally you don't want to waste your chemistry styles, because they're quite useful. So let's come back out and just have a little look at his attributes now. So I hit the right stick button down, and you can see now I'm getting some better perks to shot power, long shots, and some other things. So we've got like 10 perks on things. So that's added some things that have kind of improved Jamie Vardy for us, which is cool. And the other thing I want to point out though, what if you have no chemistry styles at the minute? Where do you get them? How do you buy them? Because a confusing thing that threw me first of all in FIFA when I looked back at it in previous versions was I'd left button over to the transfer market, and all I can see are players. And the reason for that is you've got to come back out of here, back out again, and you've got to go to the full transfer market, which I'll just come fully out in case you're not there. So I'm on the home page, and there's the transfers section here. And then if you go into the transfer market here, you get access to consumable stadium staff as well as players. So I'm right buttoning over to go with them. I think you can just left stick up and then move across. Yes, you can. But you want to be in consumables. And then under consumables, if you highlight this first box, you've got chemistry styles. Okay, you can go with different qualities. Oh no, they're all gold anyway, so that's irrelevant. And if you just do a search, you'll start seeing different ones here, and you'll see some people want ridiculous money for them, like 5,000 for a buy it now. A lot of people just default to that, but you can see Gladiator gives perk to shooting and defense, might be good for a midfielder maybe. Marksman, shooting, dribbling, stuff like that. And you can see some of these are dirt cheap, so they're a very easy way of upping your players' capabilities. So we'll have a little look and just think about which one we want here. So let's just go back to what's, actually let's go a little bit further on, just so I've got a bit more time to react to some of these. Right, so let's have a little look. Powerhouse, passing and shooting. That sounds like quite a good one. So it's different ways you can buy these. A bit like any transfer, you've got a start price if you want to do an auction. So this one only wants 150 for it as the minimum bid. So I'm just going to bid on a few of these and see what we get. So let's have a little look at this one as well. And this is what I generally recommend, particularly if you go on a quiet point of the day. So I'm playing. Well, I've just logged in about just before, what is it now, 9 o'clock in the morning. Some of them you can see they want more for them, like 2,000 for that one there. There's one for a keeper there, 900. So you want to sort of, really think about what you really need. So passing, physicality. Let's see what else we got. What's Deadeye? Shooting and passing. Might be interesting for maybe a winger or something, but you can see, keep an eye on that buy price. Some people will put the buy it now really low as well, so 550, you think, well, that's not too bad, but that one's very cheap, isn't it? So we could go for that one, dribbling and passing. So yeah, just have a little look through. So you can see some seem to be of more demand than others, like the Hunter ones there seem very expensive, but there's one that starts on a cheap one. But you see, look at the current bid. So Hunter is obviously a very in demand one, better so than, say, I don't know, maybe Hawk, which seems to come up a lot cheaper. So you can see there, that one's going to cost you a lot if you want it. You may have to pay out 5,000 for it. Let's have a little look. What else have we got? Just see if we can find anything else interesting. What you may also be able to do, let's just back out. I'm just going to double check whether you can or you can't. Chemistry style. So if we decide actually we really want a Hunter, we could go through here. Where is it? There it is. So select Hunter, and then we could say, do you know what? We are very interested in. Oops. I'm using right button to just flick the price up. So let's say I want to pay a maximum of 3,000 for it. Nothing. 4,000. Yes, so 3,500 is about the cheapest you're going to get this for. So I could just say, do you know what? Let's run out. So you can see this is a serious bit of chemistry that you're going to get here. So let's go. Oh, they're going too quick. They're going too quick, my friends. 3,000, 3,000, 3,500. Right, so let's go with that one. Actions. Buy now. Yes. Okay, so let's go to assign now. And then right trigger to confirm the items. So I've got that one. If I won any of the other bids, if I come right the way back out, I can have a little look at my transfer targets. And you can see I also won these ones. So 150 and 150, nice. So it says to assign them, press left trigger. So I assign them all, and then right trigger to confirm the items. And they will now be sitting in my chemistry styles that I can use on my squad. So let's go back into the squad, have a little look what we've got. And we could, now one thing to bear in mind is once you've used them, you can't take them away again, so you've got to be really thinking about who you want to apply that to. So I'm going to waste that Hawk one that I've done, and we're going to up Jamie Vardy's capabilities with another one here. So we're going to go actions and apply consumables, and then I'm going to have a little look at those chemistry styles again. And then so we're going to whip up his pace and his shooting with a Hunter. So he's going to have that 3,500 applied to him, and now that's really upped his capabilities there. So he's now should see a considerable perk. So let's go back into here and have a little look at his perks there. So we've got plus 15 on his volleys, plus 10 on his penalties, plus 9 on his finishing. So hopefully that was well spent. So he's now got that Hunter capability, and that's it really. So some of them, like you can see, can be very cheap to add to your players. So get out there and search and apply ones to your players. If you're not, if they're players you're not going to keep that often, then obviously consider lower down chemistry styles. But they're a quick, easy way of powering up players without having to spend big bucks out on buying new players, and they're a good way of perking up your team. If that was useful to you, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments very welcome. Let me know what's your favourite chemistry styles, on what sort of players, what do you think suits what sort of player. That would be great to know in the comments. And if you like this sort of stuff, please subscribe to my channel, and I will do my best to support you with further FIFA 22 tutorials. There's all sorts of stuff on there at the minute, but I'm adding more all the time. Let me know what you struggle with. I'll do my best to help. Thanks so much.